Oh wait, here we go. That might help for my side. Alright, I'm good now.
I can run to Schnucks and go buy some more. No. I don't need that much. I don't need
Check. Perfect. Alright. We are good. Nope, I'm just making sure that
I just brought those.
Hey, I got one last question. So on YouTube Studio, right under the picture, it's saying there, YouTube's not receiving any video of iTunes Studios. Okay. Okay. Thanks. See you, bye. Yes, the same. Sorry, bro. It's still so important. Okay, so. Right. Alright, cool. Yeah, we're nice. Alright, see you. Alright, see you, bye.
Get back to the rest of midnight.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that blue one. Yeah, honey.
Howdy.
I can have a mic or anything, you know? That's a question.
I don't think so.
Okay, so
I think
oh, really? Okay, good. Because I've not had other numbers. But I'll try to project.
Yes. We got a microphone somewhere?
unfortunately, microphones.
Okay. Because we're going to, music being played, we're going to put a little speaker over here.
Yeah, that and it'll pick it up.
Okay.
Isn't it? So where's Yeah. And I was afraid they might do it on the other side, on the but the fountain is loud. And so
will they be?
I think you're right. I know. They kept changing their mind on the forecast, taking it out, in, out.
Yes, they get
I know. We're doing it.
Yeah. Easiest job in the world.
right. It's like, go outside, it's like, all right, I got that. It's gonna be sunny
And I'm still gonna make 150,000 a year.
All the way from
Did you get that from Nick?
All right, how you doing, Dad?
I made up there.
A mess.
Are you?
Oh, did they go?
Yeah, this is gonna be fun.
It's going to be great. It's a great day.
I was just talking to.
We're going to have a little party at Nick's Pub this afternoon. Is that right?
Okay.
It's where they met, so that's where we're going to party.
go there like Friday and Saturdays for karaoke. And they're one of the few places that really took COVID thing serious. Because I went to some bars and I walked in the door and I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
not no
Dad, you
wearing
bigger?
masks, but
Right here.
I'm 100% I'm fully vaccinated, so
Okay. Thank you. Emma, you look gorgeous. Thank you.
and
I mean, you, every day is gorgeous.
What time we got?
Right there.
yeah.
It is. Oh, it's 1:30.
Yeah, we got.
We gotta do it.
We got to do it.
Should I go stand in that spot in the middle? Is that what we're doing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just stand up there?
Side of the dirt. We're going to walk in over here.
This side of the dirt.
Nobody will ever marry him. Nobody will ever go out with him.
I'm never gonna have great grandbabies now.
3 minutes.
Here. Okay. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
which could mean one or could mean eight.
Do you want like the guests behind all good fires?
I mean,
Yeah. Start going over there.
because I got two different cameras. One does a close-up shot, and then one's with the wide shot.
Perfect. Yeah, how do we ask that girl to leave? Yeah.
Just go over and
Okay, I'll do it.
I got it.
Yeah, she got it. I got it.
Supposed to be good luck. We're raising on your wedding day. I heard.
That's what I heard. Take a picture of Leslie. Take another picture. Hope I'm not offending any Republicans. Ceremony ain't even started yet. They're gonna think I'm a Democrat. Yeah, anti-rain dance. I am?
Whatever you say. Whatever you say, Pooter.
Hey, Mom, did you take our picture?
Let me get in there.
Oh, okay, you want to get it.
People should come in close, right? When you come in. Okay.
She's not?
Have them come in close when you guys come in so they can hear me.
Yeah.
And you.
When Emma and I start walking up, come on and gather around so you'll be able to hear Susan when she does it. So watch. So be careful of the camera. And don't poke anybody's eye out. You want this side? Or
Yeah, that's it. It's over here.
All right, Joe, you're up here with me.
like in reverse.
I know this is what you're gonna do.
Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to this beautiful Tower Grove Park in St. Louis, Missouri. We've got Emma and Joe here. We've got their family. We've got a couple close friends that are basically family. We've got a few strangers looking to see what's happening over here. We have a bunch of people watching online in cyberspace, wherever you are. And also here today, because she always remains in our hearts, is Emma's sweet mama, Nancy. So I welcome all of you here today. It's a happy, beautiful day. I'm Susan Marding. I'm a friend of the Santeinrich family. I met Emma's mom back when I was in high school through a friend. I met Emma's dad back when I was in college through a friend. I went to their wedding. I've known Emma and Lucas their whole lives. Unfortunately, because of COVID, I just met Joe about 10 days ago. But the three of us all got together and spent some time together talking about family and life and love and God. And because of my role here today, I asked some kind of personal questions that I don't usually ask people over dinner. But I found them both to be very honest open, and it's very refreshing. Emma and Joe told me that they wanted to get married because they're very much in love, because they want to be a family. They have a dog named Grizz, a German Shepherd. They would like to have children someday and be a family, some combination of all boys and a girl. So however that's going to work, we'll see. Joe acknowledged that Emma will be a wonderful mother, and I don't think anybody would dispute that. Emma said she's a better listener. Joe said he's a better talker. But together they do communicate really, really well. And they work well together. An example of that is Emma was buying a home daycare business. Turned into a bit of a debacle, maybe, with some hoops that she had to jump through, and ended up having to move quite a few times. I kind of lost track, like 3 or 4, a lot of times. and they moved all of the stuff. And apparently Emma has a lot of stuff, just like her mom had when we helped her mom and dad move a few times. And a lot of her stuff is her mom's stuff. So anyway, it's a lot of togetherness, a lot of working hard together, and yet you're still here getting married after all of that. So that is a testament to your love for each other. You've both been through hardships, but you can rise to the occasion. You both work hard. You have great jobs and work hard at them. You have hopes and dreams. So I'm really happy about your marriage. And I was thinking about marriage, and that marriage is such an ancient human tradition. So I Googled it. And what Siri told me is that the first evidence of marriage is from 2300 BC, so over 4,000 years ago. And undoubtedly, the first marriages were some sort of alliance between families or clans to get together. And then after that, it's evolved to become a legal basis for who owned what. And unfortunately, the wife was part of the property in the package deal. And then eventually it has evolved into this tradition that's really deeply rooted in love. But that's really only relatively recently that it's gotten to that point. And I do believe that all of society, all of everything is evolving towards love and towards peace. We started out rough, and we are polishing up. And you might look at me and say, well, that's crazy. Have you read the news lately? But the facts do support that we are evolving towards love. People are more educated than they ever were. Human rights are protected that were never protected before. The environment's being taken care of. There are fewer wars. It's just that we hear about every little skirmish and every stupid tweet that comes up. And so we think things are terrible, when really we are evolving. And my point is that love is winning. And I believe with all my heart that love always wins. And so I just want to thank you guys for being evolved creatures and loving each other and taking that commitment that will only help move your family, our society, the world in the right direction. Emma and Joe believe that God is love, and that so their marriage is not just a legal contract, but a sacred contract that they don't take lightly. So at this time I'm going to ask you all to help me bless them before they say their vows to each other. In scriptures it says that God is love and that God is within us. So that powerful love is always in each of us, if we could just get all the boxes out of the way sometimes. So we're going to, if you could raise your palms with me in blessing to them, and pray with me. Sacred love within us, please bless this marriage of Emma and Joe. Make their bond strong. Keep your presence known to them. Empower them with courage, understanding, service, compassion, and the joy of wonder and awe. Amen. Okay, Joe and Emma have decided to write their own vows, and so we're going to do that at this time, and Joe, you can go first. And Emma has not yet heard this.
Emma, we met in what were probably the worst circumstances I could put myself in. Big surprise. I thought my chances to win you over were so astronomically low, and over the next several weeks you certainly proved me right. One thing you didn't realize at the time, however, was how stubborn and motivated I could be about the most obscure things. I could tell you were worth it. There was something special about Emma that I admired. I usually don't concern myself much with what people think about me, but your opinion of me began to matter, and does to this day. I knew that you were different, you brought out something in me that I could tell was important. You helped me become a better person, you pushed me to do things that are beneficial and kind. You made me care about myself and others, you are unique, beautiful, honest, caring. You are yourself, and that is one of my favorite things about you. We can just both see each other and we together and interact and work in a way. I'll be right there with you when we get evicted. I will make sure we have a house over our head and a place we will always be able to call our own. I am so excited for our family to grow and will love and support everyone who falls under our care. I have my family here who have shown me what it means to love and care for your own unconditionally. I'm so thankful for all their love and support. I wouldn't be half the man I am without my stepfather, and I wouldn't have the quarter of the love in my heart without my mother. My grandparents have pulled me through and out of the most difficult moments of my life, and there was no one else who did so without hesitation. Thanks to all of them, I have an understanding of what it means to be there for family, and I hope to live up to their example when it comes to my own. I'm so happy that we were here getting married. I wouldn't have it any other way. I promise to be your sidekick and biggest fan in all of your endeavors. When times are rough, I will be your shoulder to cry on and support you the best I can. When times are good, I will be right there soaking it in with you. I promise to keep your most embarrassing moments a secret until our children may need them, and will never judge you for any of your shortcomings. You are nothing short of perfect in my eyes, and I will always love you.
Joe, you were the last thing I expected when you came into my life. As much as I hate to start this little speech off with a cliche, it is true. I was just about to embark on a career change in my personal and professional life. Starting a serious relationship at the same time seemed like far too much of an undertaking, so I tried to avoid it. I rejected your advances for every little reason I could think of. You're not my type. You're too young for me. You have the same name as my dad. But you brushed them all aside for the evil deeds that they were. Because you were sure. And thank goodness you were. If someone would have asked me a few years ago if I thought I'd ever get married, I would have told them that I didn't know. The idea of a lifelong commitment seemed unattainable and far-flung. Getting married was never a priority in my life. It just didn't seem that important. I realize now that the reason I wasn't excited about marriage is because I never met anyone that made me care about them as much as I care about you. You were the missing piece of my puzzle, and now that you're here, I can finally see the completed picture. The excitement and promise and allure of having one steadfast true partner has been laid out before me, and all the doubt and fear about forever as distant and hazy or faraway memories. You've never made me question my feelings for you, and you've never made me doubt you. Who you are, your actions, or what your intentions are. You've always been open and honest with me, and I know I can depend on you to be your true self, for better or for worse. No matter what obstacle might come, I know I can trust that you will do everything in your power to come out the other side stronger and more resilient, not just for yourself, but for us. I trust you wholeheartedly. And while I might still cringe when you decide to backflip off makeshift ramps, or have to look away when you come up to rinks that certainly violate OSHA standards to get the job done, I know that you will never do anything detrimental to our relationship or future family. Your commitment to always being your best self drives me to be a better person along with you, and I can't wait to spend the rest of my life growing beside you as the best wife I can be. I can't promise that I'll ever become a neat, tidy person, or that I'll ever stop interrupting your rage to show you a true face on my phone, but I can promise I will never stop supporting you. I will never stop trying to take care of you, and I'll never stop loving you. I'm so excited to start this promise of forever with you, and knowing that no matter what comes, I'll have you by my side gives me the utmost confidence that we can conquer any challenges that come our way.
Okay, this next part is called the Declaration of Intent. So this is a couple sentences after I do this. So why don't you guys hold hands? Joseph Ray Sedlock, do you take Emma Nancy Santiner to be your wife? Do you promise to love and cherish her, in sickness and in health, whether you are rich or poor, the good days and the bad, for so long as you both shall live.
I do.
Emma Nancy Sandheinrich, you take Joseph Ray Sedlock to be your husband. You promise to love and cherish him in sickness and in health, whether you are rich or poor, through the good days and the bad, for as long as you both shall live. Now they're going to exchange rings. You have rings? Okay. A ring emphasizes love without end, round and round and round. So Joe, again, you'll go first and repeat after me on this one. Got your ring again? Emma, I give you this ring
Emma, I give you this ring
as a symbol of my love for you,
as a symbol of my love for you,
my respect for you,
my respect for you,
and my promises to you.
and my promises to you.
Joe, I give you this ring as a symbol of my love for you, my respect for you, and my promises to you. So Emma and Joe, I strongly recommend that every May 15th you break open a bottle of champagne. You read your vows to each other again, and look at your fingers, and celebrate this beautiful romantic day. And may your love and friendship just get stronger and stronger with each passing year. By the power vested in me by the Universal Life Church and the state of Missouri, I pronounce you husband and wife, lawfully wedded before God. You may kiss. One quick announcement. Immediately following this, there's cake and toast happening right over here. So if you're watching in cyberspace, just stay tuned and you can see the toast and what's going on in just a minute. So it is now my great honor and pleasure to announce for the very first time Mr. and Mrs. Joseph Sedlock. I love you. We did it. Done deal.
Good.
You excited to spring?
So good time.
Yeah.
Hey, actually,
Do you know
we put it over the-
Lucas's wife? Yeah, it's Andrew.
Perfect. Oh, thank you guys so much.
Yeah, can we spin? We need to spin. How's that?
That works perfect. When I sit here, I'm moving it from here. I'm like, shit, it's going a little harder. I better put it over here.
I had on a hold you for a while.
Yes, thank you.
We don't need that. We don't need all kinds of.
Yes, exactly.
Would you like?
Andrew.
Thanks for coming, Joe. Nice to meet you.
Who doesn't have a glass?
Emma and Joe.
Emma and Joe right here.
I know.
Yes, I do. This is a great day. What do you think, huh? How about this? How about these guys? It's a great day. Thank you everyone for coming. Welcome. Thank everybody that's on the inner tubes watching us. Especially want to thank Monty and Rhonda, Leslie and Dave and Ben for traveling so far to come join us. Although I'm sure nothing will stop you from getting here, but thank you for coming. I'm the proud papa of the bride, so I can say a few words. And I want to mention that I met Joe, I think, back in the summer of 2018 at after a performance I had in Webster Groves. Just a quick hello, exchange pleasantries, but I noticed a sparkle in Emma's eyes. And I asked her afterwards if this guy is the one. And she said, I sure hope so. Not long after that, we had family dinners together. We had game nights, sitting around the table, playing silly board games. I noticed that Joe's got a pretty competitive streak.
No.
He doesn't like to lose. I like that. So, very self-confident, very respectful. I like that as well. I believe it was January of 2019 when Joe invited me to dinner, Josie and I. I was very impressed with that. We went to dinner together. I was also very impressed that Joe didn't ask permission to marry my daughter, but he respectfully stated his intentions of what he planned to do. I like that a lot. After seeing these two together for the last couple of years, I see how they are together. I see how Joe is with Emma. Kiss her cheeks. I know he loves her. So, this past week marked the 37th anniversary of my wedding, Emma's mom. And it caused me to think about two things. And I want to give you a couple of points. Marriage, is the best, hardest thing you're ever going to do. There's going to be days it's going to be filled with bliss. You can't believe how happy you are. There's going to be days when you're going to be wondering, what was I thinking when I picked this person? Trust me, it's going to be all over the board. I heard it said recently that marriage is 50-50. Nah, divorce is 50-50. Marriage is important. Gotta work at it. The one thing I'm going to ask that you remember is empathy. On those days you're having a tough day, look at your partner. Think that maybe they're having a bad day too. And think about how you want to spend it. And lastly, play some ukulele. You can't be mad at anybody when you play ukulele. So raise your glasses if you would. A toast to the new couple. Here's to the past, for all the things that you've learned. Here's to the future, for all the things that you share. And here's to the other future, for all the things that you will share and learn together. And remember that marriage full of love and a loving cup. When you're wrong, admit it. When you're right, shut up. Congratulations to the Sedlocks. I love you both. Thank you. Leslie, you want to say something? Please.
I can't stand for another speech.
Well, mine's not as long. I'll try to be fast. I wrote mine. I wrote mine so I could get through it. So I'm Leslie. I'm Joey's mom. The handsome groom there. So to most of you, my son goes by Joe. But to me, he will forever be my Joe. The first role you had in this world was to be my baby boy. And as a child, I knew you would be an amazing person. While I know that your life would not always be easy, I knew that at the end of the day, you would become an outstanding man. Yet one day something changed about you. You seemed happier, a heftier step, and more optimistic. Something about you was different. The one day we met Emma, and it all made sense. Our son was in love. We knew from that moment that Emma was truly special and could see why. Joey, I am overjoyed that you are happier now than I have ever seen before. We are so proud of the man you have become. So grateful that you became a husband that we know Emma and count on. I couldn't have chosen a more beautiful, loving, kind, and charming bride for you. And I would very much like to pick the bride. I think arranged marriage all day is great.
Move it along.
But that was off script. Nice spot. So grateful that you came on this. Okay, yeah. Oh, couldn't have chosen Emma. That we know Emma sorry guys. I couldn't have chosen a more beautiful, loving, kind, and charming bride for you. Emma, know that you are now a daughter to me and always here for you no matter what. We couldn't be happier to welcome you into our crazy family. May the poor in misfortune, may you be poor in misfortune, rich and blessed in life. Slow to make enemies, quick to make friends, but rich or poor, quick or slow, may you know nothing but happiness. And then, Emma, always be kind to your mother-in-law. Joey, Emma's always right. And Grandma Rhonda is counting on being called
I'll toast to that.
So thank you, Emma, and your lovely family, for loving and making Joey so happy. We truly can't thank you all enough. And I'm blessed to have you part of our family as well. And so, cheers to Joe and Emma, and all of you. Love you guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, who's next?
I need more champagne.
Film glass before somebody starts making a speech.
Yeah. Lucas, this one's yours. I don't have it. That's not
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's not bad. Not bad. Yeah, you got it. Over here.
excellent.
I got a little one and a big one.
I'll be right back.
Does anybody want a little one over there?
You guys want a little cake? Would you like a napkin?
Yes, please. Do you want your own cake? Yeah. Would you like your own cake or you know, what do you own?
Yes, open your mouth. You get the cake.
Think everybody got one more?
Yes.
Still cutting the cake.
Oh, all right. You want a piece of cake?
No, I'm good, thank you.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, though.
No worries.
That is nice. Can't start
Yeah, even before the good deal. I was trying to find the one that looks the most expensive. $14 plus.
No more, Grandma.
I got one. No, pour me one. I got
Good, isn't it?
We have cupcakes left for the brunch tomorrow.
From the same cake?
Yeah. So she had extra bread.
Yeah, no, I think it'll be another year. Well, I'm trying not to get kids in my school don't want to get vaccinated. Their parents don't want to get vaccinated. Their parents are vaccinated. You know, it's the whole different. They think they're.
Okay, I was tiny.
You're like life. They think they're gonna be my first.
Oh, yeah.
Like, needles gonna put a hip line. Actually, when I got married, we had a wedding cake for everybody else, and then I had a birthday cake for each, right? Dude, it was, and it's funny because they didn't put it out, which is fine. And then I get back to the little place before we got married, they had a little cottage for the groom to stay in overnight. And there was this big old hunting boyfriend, Ryan. And I'm like laying in the bed.
She's already
Oh my God.
I met her last night. Moving it on. She's a catch, but she's gone. They both have blue. Dark blue.
Denim jacket.
You are single, right? Who's that guy? You don't know about this guy. I wouldn't trust him.
He's from Martinsville.
Oh, Lord have mercy! Oh, that's the problem. Getting to the bottom of this story. Oh, Lord. You've only known me since I was a grandma. One time I was
100% true.
That's right. One time when I wasn't a grandma.
100% of the time.
I did a lot of things you don't need to know about. I told your son.
We got done a lot quicker than we thought we were going to. We're pretty much done. So.
I just figured I'd wait till y'all said
Yeah. We busted through that way for sure. And then, so.